Hiya, I'm Charlotte from Shamanic Way, and today I'm going to show you how to build a sacred fire. You build fire for all sorts of reasons: to honour the moon, to honour special days in the calendar, and to burn things like your work from your sand painting, which has been shown in previous films, work from your altar, all sorts of things. We start by opening sacred space, which you can see in one of the other videos. We start with 2 straight sticks, which we place in south to north and east to west. This is the equal-sided Southern Cross. We then place in materials that will burn easily. In here we've got bracken, some sheep's wool we've picked up, 2 pine cones, great as fire lighters. You can also use old newspapers or cardboard. But what I also like to, another pine cone. What I also like to put into the fire is the leftovers from old candles, from old tea lights, all the bits that don't burn right down to the end. It's a good way to use them up. And really gets the fire going. I am going to use some paper today. Just because we don't have that much really dry material. It's important to not screw up the paper too tightly. Keep plenty of air in the bottom of the fire. If it's all too compacted in, then it won't stay alight. Then we start with some smaller bits of wood, all held up and supported by the kindling underneath. I tried to use old wood as much as possible. I try to avoid buying bags of kindling that you can get in the shops. Once people know that you do fires regularly, it's amazing how much stuff is donated. Just blown down fence panels, old bits and pieces that people would otherwise have to pay to get rid of. Again, keeping it all loose, plenty of air moving through the centre of the fire. Then around the outside, you can add your bigger pieces. When building your fire, be aware of the size of it. We've all been caught out having enormous fires that we have to sit by for hours and hours after our ceremony is finished, waiting for it to burn down to embers. You can use all sorts of containers. I've used biscuit tins if I don't have a large space. I've used baking trays if we haven't had a biscuit tin to hand, or you can do it directly onto the earth. However, if you're going to do fires regularly, be it for the full moon or to do your altar work or your sand painting work, then I would recommend investing in something a bit like this. So we've got our fire ready and set. We've got kindling, bits of dry material, some pine cones, some newspaper, then some slightly bigger pieces of wood, and then some logs around the outside. Get our hand in. As you can see, the fire's started quite easily today. The inner material setting fire to the rest. Once the fire's going, we again invite in the 4 directions, earth and sky, to assist us in releasing whatever it is that we want to release, or assist us in giving thanks for whatever it is that we would like to give thanks for. Adding oil to the fire 3 times is the process of making the fire friendly. So you've done the 4 directions, south, west, north and east, the earth and the sky. And the 3rd splash of oil is to bring the essence of you into the fire. At this point you can drum or sing or rattle or sit in silence. After you've drummed or sang or sat in silence, you will know the right time to place your offerings into the fire. So these could be pieces from your altar or pieces from your sand painting. When you have placed in all of your work from the last cycle, all of the pieces that you've given up to the flames, to release all of those things which no longer serve you, you can place in your prayer stick.
The prayer stick is the piece of branch, pine cone, feather or something similar that you blow your prayers into. Prayers for healing, clarity, guidance or whatever you feel. Most oftentimes, though, prayers of thanks. In this tradition, we pray only for ourselves. This is because we never truly know the intention of another, and in healing ourselves, those connected with us shift also.
Blowing in your requests for healing or setting your intention or simply giving thanks. Finally, once all your pieces are in the fire and everything's beginning to burn down, we place in an offering to the earth. This can be anything. It can be a pine cone, a beautifully decorated stick, anything at all. And we blow in our prayers for the earth. We give thanks. It's important to now sit with your fire until it has burned down completely, just to embers, no flames left. This is a very simple, beautiful ceremony to do for yourself. It gives you the opportunity to let go of all of those things which no longer serve you. And when the embers have burnt down to this stage, we then close sacred space.